So, if we're out of initiative, I'm going to make the most of this 1 minute. I'm going to run up and I'm going to stabilize Delos.
Okay.
So I'm back.
You're up 1 HP.
As he does that, he kind of like shifts his foot and steps on Delos and crushes his skull.
No, he's frozen.
Right as you're there, DM rules. And as Delos is dying, the dragon egg rolls out of his pack, and a crack opens up, and a little black hand comes out.
Okay. So then I guess for me, time like stops.
Okay, can we go to adventure music, guys?
Or how about we just
Pause. Okay, so at this critical moment, he's frozen, but he just kind of shifted a little bit and accidentally stepped on his head. And you saw that Delos, kind of as he's dying, as the weight is going down, he sees this dragon egg roll out and crack. And this little hand kind of comes out as the light leaves Delos' eyes. As you realize that you could have made an action to kill this dinosaur because it was probably going to die after your next hit, but you instead wanted to impress Mathis by doing something little
To save my friend.
interesting.
Buddy.
Because of how powerful you are. And this is nowhere near as big as the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And you guys have already given it so much damage. It had less than 15 to go.
Oh, you tard.
So instead, you decided to do something else. And so you are hit with like this emotional wave that you could have, but you didn't. And then there's this voice that goes in the back of your mind, this calm old woman's voice that says, "You will see one of your friends die." Oh, Josh, that
inspiration.
the chill.
Inspiration plus one.
As you are realizing that final prophecy has now come to bear on you.
All right.
And this rage of self-hate and hate of all other things but your bloodline of devil's blood starts coming up. Because there's really nothing else to live for at this point, right? You really only had one good friend, and now that friend is dead. So you hate living things at this point. And this has less than 15 life.
But everyone's frozen.
At this point, there's this moment where everything else is just kind of standing still, and you're in your own mind, dealing with this reality.
I think, all of that. My friend is gone. I ignored my instincts to kill and to fight. I took a risk to try to save my friend, and this half measure has resulted in everything that I have feared. I have nothing left. I pull out the Staff of Veneration. And I press it onto Delos' chest. Acne!
As he slowly rises with his broken skull, he looks at you with like this dead stare, and you realize that there's like this tiny little spark that realizes what you're doing and encourages you as it goes into the undeath. in whatever it is that you're about to do.
I grab him by the back of the head, pull him forward, I rest my head on his, and I whisper, "No more half measures." And I take his Azel, and we start walking.
Okay, so he's a zombie at this point, and you take his Azel,
Yeah.
and you just walk away.
And you see, now the egg stays there. You see Boris, or you guys are alive, but like you see what happens. You see Boris without even looking back at you. Take Zombie Delos, and like as he's starting to walk, his foot brushes by the egg and kind of kicks it a little with zero care for this. Takes Zombie Delos and his Azel and walks off into the sunset.
And this thing is frozen.
Wait.
So you're ending the game there with your character?
That's how Boris.
For now, yeah.
Heavy.
What do you guys do? So he's frozen.
Mathis is also frozen. I'm on the
So
ground.
I'm unconscious.
it lasts for 1 minute.
So they would
So
both
you'll
come
both
out at the same
come
time.
out at the same time, or since we're out of initiative, you guys might be able to become stabilized yourselves. If it's a full
Out of
round.
initiative, no, it's gonna be if it's 1 minute, then both of these guys come to. And I'm gonna give you initiative. So why don't you just all of a sudden?
You just stabilize some folks.
You should blast it to death, and then we can all be saved. Did he tell you were gonna die?